Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would show you guys my updated base routine, including skin prep before I actually apply all my base makeup. It's going to be very chatty, you know, I'm not going to be explaining too much because base makeup is pretty much self-explanatory anyway. So I'm going to get started. So we'll start off with skin prep. Skin prep is such an important step in your makeup routine. If you have not got the best skin prep for your skin before you apply makeup, it can definitely change the way your makeup sits. I find that using the correct products and using a good moisturizer will definitely change the way your makeup sits on your face. You know, people say that their makeup goes all cracky or it goes all runny. That's nothing to do with the foundation. It could potentially be the way you're applying it. However, it could also be because of your skin prep. I'll explain a little bit about your skincare and like all the products and what they actually do for your makeup whilst I'm talking through them as well. The first step I do is use a micellar water. I've been switching between two recently depending on my skin. Normally I would use the Garnier Cleansing Glow Rose Water because it just has that nice glow and I feel like it's so much better under my skin. So this is the micellar water that I use under makeup. However, once I'm removing my makeup, I use this one from Manu. It's like from Avon. It's revitalizing. This has got hyaluronic acid and vitamin B3, which is so good for your skin as well. So this is the one that I would use in the evening time. This is the one I use in the morning time. All I do is take it a bit in the cotton pad and just run it around my face. All I'm doing is running it around the face. The reason why this is important is it basically removes any dirt residue if you've been out for a walk in the morning or if you've had makeup on the day before. There might be some leftover makeup on your face. This helps the base be free of any product and it helps it be very perfect for application. So next up, there is a few different types of products that I use cleanser wise. 4 different types of cleansers depending on my skin, depending on if I've got makeup on, if I'm taking it off, or if it's first thing in the morning. I will show you a few of the products that I have. The one that I've been using for months is the Beauty Bag Super Jelly Cleansing Gel. This is actually the most amazing cleanser that I've tried in terms of under my makeup. Like, I feel like it's not too thick, it doesn't foam, and it's got prebiotic and avocado in it. Even though you can't smell the avocado, it probably just gives it a bit of freshness. So this is the one that I would use in the morning time. If my skin looks to be a bit dull and blah, I would always go in with the Restoring Facial Cleanser in the morning. And I've got like these little exfoliating particles as well, so it just basically brightens that skin up. Evening time you want a double cleanse, and my Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm is the most amazing thing. It's just this thing, it melts off your makeup. It's absolutely incredible. So this is what I use. Like once or twice a week I would use this as well instead of the eBay one. So this is the one that I would use after the cleansing balm to actually do a second cleanse in the night. However, once or twice a week I will switch it up and use the Elemis Superfood facial wash. Today I'm going to be going in with the Beauty Bay one because it is the morning time and it's got this cute little pump. So all I do is pump a few little bits of it into my hand. Make sure your hands are obviously clean before you do anything, like go and wash them. You can even sanitize them if you really wish. And all I do is just run that in to my face like so. I think the last time I did a skincare video on here was when I was pregnant, so that was probably about 10 months ago. Like Riley's 8 months today and I cannot believe that that's happening. I can't believe he's 8 months, so I'm scary. Once I've actually applied my cleanser, I just go in with a soft cloth. Now it can be a face cloth if you wish, but they're quite harsh on the skin in my opinion. I like to use this and all I do is press that cleanser in, so it's basically drying it but it's not removing it. You could use water. A lot of people use water to remove their cleanser. However, I find that it changes the formula of the product, I think, as well on your skin. So while adding water, I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't do the same effect. So next up, I would go in with an exfoliating toner. Now this is the toner that I'm using, and it's, as you can see, it is damaged. It's the Beauty Bay Acid Trip Exfoliating Toner. It's got AHA and PHA in it. It's for decongesting and smoothing skin, and it's been working wonders on my face recently because if you've seen my last couple of videos, I've talked about how my skin has been really bad. It has been worse than this. It's actually starting to clear up. I'm gonna take a little bit on a cotton pad. Now, whenever it comes to toners, you gotta be very careful because some people can react to these products. My skin used to react to it so much. Every time I applied it with a cotton pad, I would just red the area I've applied it. But now that my skin has gotten used to it, I used to use my hands. All this does, it's an exfoliating toner. Toner restores the balance to your face because whenever you cleanse, you can change the pH of your skin. So toner restores that back to the way it was. And because it's an exfoliating toner, it really does do a good job in terms of your pores, your acne, basically gets all the dirt and decongests anything that's in them. Now I use this as well daily because of my skin, so I'm going to go with this after. It is an Elemis Superfood Blackcurrant Jelly Cleanser. Got this in the Elemis Superfood gift set. So as I said, I'm going to go in with the Superfood Blackcurrant Jelly Exfoliator. Now you only need a tiny bit, and I only really do it where I have got the most acne. All I do is place there, and because it's a jelly exfoliator, it heats up, and that's how you know it's working. All I do is place it on, rub it in. You want to make sure is that you rub this right in to the pores. So you want the smoothest skin when applying makeup. You really need that flawless base, and this is something that you have to do to get there. I really like to warm it up into my skin and press in. You just have to massage it. So whenever you're massaging it, you're really getting into those pores. I've been using this the last few days. I completely forgot that I had it, and I was like, oh my goodness. Like, my skin's been so bad and I completely forgot that I had that. So I've been using that the last few days, and it's starting to clear up finally, and I'm so happy. I can already feel my skin being so much more smoother because of that. And that it also reduces the size of the pores too. I think that's a good thing as well. So once I've got that on, all I want to do is leave it on for a couple of seconds without touching it. That gives me time to go get a warm face cloth and wash it off. Just taking all that exfoliating jelly off, and I'm going to go in with some serums now. The two serums that I use are both from Beauty Bay. One is the Soothing Serum, which has got niacinamide and copper, and one is the Brightening Serum, which has got vitamin C and peptide. I would mix the vitamin C serum in with my moisturizer. This is for decongesting and tackling excess oil, so it's perfect as in, like, in terms of a primer, it's really good. So I'm going to take a few drops on my hand. I like to warm it up, and I've just washed my hands again. So I think an important thing whenever you're doing your skincare is always wash your hands between products, because you don't want to mix them. Then you just tap that on your skin. But just press that in to your skin, especially where you've got your pores and your acne. Just taking a little bit more, and I'm just going to apply them in my oily areas. So anything that gets, so this basically acts as an oil control primer too. As I said, normally this is something that I would mix in with the moisturizer, but today I am not going to be doing that. I'm just going to be taking a few bits of it on my cheeks. So all I do is take a little bit like that, and a bit on my forehead, just to brighten up those areas. Then I'm going to go in with a different moisturizer than I normally would use. I mean, I use this product anyway, but I've been recently using it alone instead of applying a moisturizer and then applying this on top. I find that that's just what's making my skin feel very overloaded with products. So next up is eye cream. First two eye creams that I've been using religiously for the past couple of months. This one more so recently. They're both from Anu Clinical, which is the Avon brand for skincare. The other one is for lifting and firming, anti-aging wrinkles. The product is for dark circles under your eye gel. So all I do is take a bit of the day cream, and I can see here where my circles are appearing, and all I do is pat it in and place it and press it in. So you're not rubbing it, because you don't want to disturb any of your other previous products on your face. The reason why the eye cream is so important is that it helps your under eye makeup look so flawless. I think with a good eye cream, your under your eye won't wrinkle, crack, have like a crease. A lot of the time I always had on one eye just a crease under the eye, and I use this product anyway, but with another step that I've been doing, which I'll talk about, has definitely made that not as bad, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not been as, I still have like a little crease, but it hasn't been as bad. This is also a step that you can include. This is usually the first step included going into your face makeup as well, because it is a makeup product as well as skincare. It is the Bobbi Brown and Vitamin Enriched Face Base, which is a moisturizer and a primer. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to plop it all over my face. You really don't need all that much. This is Vitamin Enriched. This is, honestly, if you have not tried the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, you should really do it. It's just so good. Your makeup is so smooth, so flawless. Like, you've literally, I can't explain how glowy and beautiful your skin looks with this. It is just one of the best primers. Now, I made an Instagram video about a month or so ago talking about another product that is so similar to this one. It's the Lisa Armstrong All About That Base Primer Moisturizer. I've talked about it in the video maybe as well on here. The only reason I'm using the Bobbi Brown instead of that one is because I have the Bobbi Brown one, so I can use it up. Once it's done, I'll just use the Lisa Armstrong and then continue to purchase that one because it is cheaper. And if I have a little bit of extra money, I want to treat myself, I will buy another Bobbi Brown because it is really nice. It's a bit expensive. So we have the base done. Now I'm gonna have to leave this to soak in for about maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, just so I can let the product settle down and get into my skin. And whilst I do that, I'm gonna go and do my brows. It's been about 45 minutes to an hour now because I got carried away tidying up, and I've done my brows. Now I know they look a bit crazy at the minute, but that's because I haven't actually carved them or tidied them up. I did that with you guys on camera so you can see how I kind of made them not look as crazy as that, and obviously you can see from the brow powder. Well, I have already got the Bobbi Brown on, as you guys know. Normally I would go in with the Benefit Professional, which I always thought was really good. I used to always use it to, you know, fill in my pores. I've been using that recently. I've been doing a different way. I go in with an illuminating primer just to kind of give myself a bit of a glow. And you guys know back in the day I used to use this so much. This is the MAC Strobe Cream in the shade Peach Light. So I'm just going to take a bit of that on my hand. So I've just taken about this much on my hand, and I'm going in with a PC06 from Peaches and Cream brush. It's this like flat brush. I'm only just going to apply that to the places where I want my skin to be illuminated. So I'm just pressing it in like that, specifically on my cheekbones. You know, this is where we're going to have highlighter anyway, so it's nice to have it there as an underglow, if that makes any sense. The other one that I would use is the Peaches Goddess Illuminator, and I thought I always use that anyway. Now you would think it's time to go in and do your foundation. However, so recently I went to the Yasme Cosmetics and False Lashes masterclass night. There was 3 makeup artists giving masterclasses about different looks and stuff. Rebecca Cable, who's my all-time favourite, Molly Jackson, I think that's her name, and Dan Beaumont. She's doing a skin focus class, and she just taught me so many things about skin. She goes in ham with her foundation and stuff. Like, she uses a lot. I don't think I'll be able to do that because it scares me, but I think there's something that she did before her foundation, after her primer, and I was like, why have I not thought about doing that? I had the product that she used and I was like, wow. This is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Custard. Doesn't really matter what shade you have as long as it matches your skin. Now she would take this all over her pores and blend them into your skin. So that means whenever she's applying the foundation, that your skin's flawless. So I'm going to take it on a Peaches Makeup PC50 brush. It's just like a flat concealer brush from the pot. And just basically I'm going to tap it all over the areas where I have pores. And I'm not blending any of it in. I'm just tapping it over. I'm going to go with a PC18, which is this fluffy concealer brush, and I'm just going to tap it in. So all I'm doing is holding the brush closely, and because it's fluffy it will blend into the skin. So I'm just patting it around like so, and as you can see, look how amazing, like it's covering that their product. Like, this is a full coverage product, so that's what you want, and it's making that skin so flawless. You can barely see the blemishes. It is an investment. I think it is quite pricey. I'll obviously have the price on the screen whenever I was talking about it, but yeah, it is definitely worth it. So next up I'm going to go with my NARS Natural Radiant Foundation. This is the shade Punjab that I use. This is my favourite foundation that I've been using for a couple of months now. I absolutely love it. I'm using it for so long and I've barely used any product because it's so full coverage and it's so lightweight as well. You can barely feel that it's on your skin. Just going to take a few pumps now. I normally use a metal palette, but today I'm using my hand because Dan recommended trying it to warm the product up, so I thought, why not? She used a flat concealer brush. Now I'm scared, this is just one from Morphe. She's just going to take the foundation in the hand and then she just plopped it down on the area. I feel like this wastes a bit of product, do you know what I mean? Like, I know people like YouTubers or whatever and makeup artists, they'll have money to splurge, but I don't. So I've applied that all on my face. Now time to blend it out. I'm using a PC15 brush. Because this foundation is a dewy foundation, it does not set down, so you can spend ages blending it whilst it's actually on your face. However, if it was matte foundation, you have to put a bit down and then blend it, if that makes any sense. I'm literally just pressing this brush. It's a nice fluffy brush. I'm just pressing into my skin. When it comes to under here, as I was mentioning earlier in the video, to stop your eyes from creasing, do not apply too much product. So I'm literally just going to pull it away from there. I'm not going to apply foundation in that area because I'm going to go with concealer anyway. I'm going to take another bit on my hand, just a little bit, just so I can actually apply it better on the forehead because it is being quite dry today. So I want to actually make sure I got like a good coverage. Another tiny bit and no spreading it out. just to connect the foundation to my tan on my neck and to blend it into my ears. And if I feel like I need any more like foundation coverage anywhere, then I will go and apply it. I feel like it's quite fine. Like I don't really need to apply it anymore. Adding concealer around here anyway. What I want to do is keep the foundation brush handy because this is what we're going to be using to blend everything together anyway. Next up, I'm going to go in with my concealer. So I'm going to be using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop in the shade Vanilla. I'm going to just take it there on my cupid's bow, on the tip of my nose, down the bridge, just 2 little bits there, and then just a little bit in the center of my forehead. These are areas where I want to be brightened. I'm going to go back in with that PC18 brush that we used with the concealer beforehand. I'm applying firm pressure and pressing it in. Whenever it comes to like the cupid's bow, I always like to kind of bring it up a bit so it's not like being dragged down. Best thing you can do for your base makeup is to press in. Instead of like kind of like rubbing it in, you want to make sure you're pressing it, otherwise you will disturb the product below. Like your foundations already sit there. If you like drag it, you could drag your foundation somewhere and you do not want that. I'm going to go back in with that next and I'll place it under my eye, a tiny bit in the inner corner, and I'm going to fill the rest of it in and bring it up towards the tail of the brow. Because people doing these triangles, like, there's no need for it. You want to brighten the inner corner and you want to lift the eye up. You do not want to drag it down by doing this big triangle business. Don't get me wrong, I used to draw triangles and everything myself. So I'm taking a PC28, which is like a nice fluffy brush, which is perfect for applying concealer. It's so light and fluffy, it's going to blend in so nicely. So I'm just going to apply that under the eye like so. And eventually will blend all into your skin. You don't want to apply too much product, otherwise you will have creasing. Whenever I'm applying it, I like to kind of be a wee bit firm, but not as firm as up here. So I'm holding it like middle to the end of the brush, and then I'm just going to lightly tap it in. Now, as you can see, I am bringing it down slightly, but I'm bringing it down, taking up, I'm not bringing it down right down. Patting it in that area. Now, using a fluffy brush is the best thing to do for concealer. This is where you want to take your foundation brush. So you want to take your foundation brush, anywhere you apply the concealer, your T-zone under your eyes, I want you to take that foundation brush and buff the sides. And this basically melts it in together and makes it look completely blended and cohesive. Next up, I'm going to go in for my cream bronzer. And I like to use nude sticks all around face nudie bronze. I use it in the shade Bondi Bay. Normally, I would just apply this straight under my cheeks, but recently I've just been applying it to the brush instead, and it's been giving me this better effect of contoured. The brush I take for cream bronzer is a PC21. So I'm just going to take it on the brush like that. Tip for applying your cream contour, make sure you don't take it any further down than your tip of the ear, so like here, and you're pressing it in. Don't take it too far down, and whenever you're applying it, kind of pat it in, press and bring it up. Because of the shape of this brush, it just fits perfectly in where your contour should be anyway, which is actually amazing. So if you want a tip, get the PC21 brush from Peaches Makeup. Again, just taking it on that brush and then applying it around the forehead. And then what I like to do is use any excess around the nose to give it a bit of a cream contour, if that makes any sense. And again, I'm taking my foundation brush and just blending along the edges of their cream bronzer. For cream blush, I have been using the P. Louise Base in Cute and Coral for the last few months, since December. And I just love the way it looks on my skin. Sometimes use Pretentious Peach, sometimes Pretty in Pink. And I used to use OTT Orange and Winter Rose and mix them together. But now, this is what I want. All I do is squeeze a tiny bit, smile, dot it on the cheeks like there. And I take my finger and I press it in. I was smiling, I know it looks funny. And then I like to just kind of bring it up a little bit better towards the ear. Then all I do is take a tiny bit onto the tip of my nose. I'm taking a PC27 brush, and all I do is just blend it over. Because I use my finger for the cheeks because it's easier and it melts into the skin better. However, it's hard to blend on your nose with your finger. Bet you guys guessed it. Take the foundation brush and just blend around the edges. So I'm going to take the brush that I actually use for the concealer, nothing on it obviously, and I'm just going to press under the eye because I'm going to go in there and set it. So this helps with decreasing by going back in and using that brush. Any excess will fill in any of the gaps. I like to look up, press it in. The powder that I use is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade Banana Bread, and I take this on a PC27, which I use to blend the cream blush in, but it's a different one. And then I like to press that under the eye, really pack it on. Now, it's called the Easy Bake Powder, but I don't bake. Really, really, really pack it on into that under eye because you want it to be as smooth as you can get it. See the difference already. And I do that everywhere that I have had concealer. And even because the whole thing is, you do know I don't put like powder over this section of my face because this is where I'm going to put highlighter, blush and bronzer. So I'm already going to be setting them areas with the powder. So anywhere that doesn't really have powder or is quite oily. Basically your T-zone and under your eyes for me personally. Then I'm going in with a PC04 brush. It's just like a large fluffy powder brush. Take any excess in there and just buff it lightly around the areas that actually I haven't packed on the powder because I don't really want to pack it on too much here because I don't want it to be too dry. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Bronzer. This is the shade Dark Tan that I'm using, and I'm going to apply it using a PC24 brush. I'm just going to swirl it around. Nice fluffy brush. Again, where I had the cream bronzer, that's just from the tip of the ear. And all you want to do is work up. You do not want to go run back and forth because that could create like a dark patch. So I like to kind of like lift it. So it looks like I'm going like that, but I'm actually pressing it down and lifting it up and then bringing it up, right up. Like that. No matter whenever you're going on the forehead, you can literally apply it whatever way you want. Taking quite a lot of it for around here because I'm going to be blending it down the neck and then on that nose. And we have been bronzed, guys. That is a blusher and I'm using the MAC Sheer Tone Blush in the shade Blush Baby, and it's such a muted pink. It's not bright, which is perfect because I don't like a bright pink blush. I'm taking a Peach Makeup PC03, the best blusher brush you could ever use. I've mentioned this so many times. It's so lightweight, it's so feathered, it helps build up blush. You don't have to go in with a very harsh amount. You literally can like feather on, build it up to whatever shade you want it to be. Last but not least, for my skin makeup, I'm going to go in with the Doll Beauty Hall of Fame highlighter palette. Voila! My favourite thing at the minute to use, and I cannot stop using it. I'm going to go in with a PC17, a small brush, same as the PC03 but very small. And there's so many like choices. I'm going to go with Champagne today. Highlighter, you want to put highlighter where the light hits you, so I'm going to put it here today. The more highlighter the better. Highlight is my favourite part of it. I'm like, yes, more highlighter. After I finish my base makeup, I go in with a setting mist. Now, I don't use setting sprays anymore. I used to use them, but I find their product ingredients, they're completely different. And mist is a lot lighter on the face, doesn't smudge the makeup, melts it together, and it's amazing. I have two that I love. They're both from Primark. They're the Prep and Perfect setting mists. I have the mattifying one and I have a glowing one. I like to use the mattifying one better because my skin is quite oily. So what I do is shake it, arm's length, okay? And then just close your eyes and a couple of sprays. As you can see, it's just melted the makeup together and it doesn't look like it's all stuck on. If you guys like this updated base routine, including my skin prep, then please do give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below, have a wee chat with me, tell me what products I can recommend for you, or if you need some help, give me a wee message. I'll try my best to assist you in your needs. Don't forget to click the notification bell to be notified when I upload any of my new videos, and if you haven't already, click subscribe. We're nearing 100 subscribers now, so I'm very happy. So thank you all so much for supporting my dream, for watching my videos and liking and commenting. It means a lot. If you haven't already, go follow my makeup Instagram and my TikTok that I have for makeup as well as other random stuff. If you want to have like a bit of personal life in there, they're in the link. They will be in the links to them will be in the description below. And if you guys like, and I was. For you to go and check them out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.